Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome again to the next iteration of the pre-game show with the Bluebell Terrace. We're doing the pre-game show today for Poole Town versus YATE Town, and I'm delighted to bring in Jacob, who is a Poole Town fan and I believe ex-media as well. So I'll bring Jacob in now. Welcome,
Hello.
Jacob. Thanks for coming on.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Do you want to do a bit of an intro about yourself? Just obviously, you said I know we had a quick chat prior to the start of this. You're obviously ex-media. Do you want to just give a bit of a background on yourself, and then we'll get into all things Poole and your hit?
Yeah, so I've just finished 3 years of sports journalism at Bournemouth Uni, and during that time, me and another friend who is still there now at Poole helped out in the media department. After about a year, the club were happy with what they were seeing, so they let us stay on for kind of 2 more years or the foreseeable future. And yeah, it's been great. We've done things like radio commentary and filming games and match reports, interviews, that kind of thing. So it's been really good. And yeah, I'm a adopted Poole Town fan. That's it.
Yeah, it's always the way, isn't it? You sort of have a blend and a flavour for these things, and then you get hooked, don't you? So yeah,
Yeah,
fair play. I mean, to be fair, I said to the club to Yate that they should start doing live commentary, and it was after watching your offering so at Poole. So yeah, I mean, obviously you're the ones behind that. I thought it was really good, and yeah, hopefully
yeah,
our
thank you.
our club will start adopting that as well moving forward because
Mm.
it definitely enhances the fan experience, doesn't it? So
Yeah, for non-league, it's brilliant to have that
yeah,
kind of opportunity, and for fans as well who can't obviously make the game, it's
yeah, it's
really good
really
that,
good, isn't
that
it?
clubs are able to offer that. And yeah, it's good that people like yourself are kind of volunteering and trying to make that happen. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, happy days. Yeah, well, thanks for coming on. Just before we get going, just want to say to everyone, yeah, if you're enjoying the podcast or the episodes or whatever, just please subscribe, like on YouTube. Obviously, we're on all social media platforms. I say it every week, but we've just started this off this season, so just trying to increase our following and just sort of get it out there to more and more people. So yeah, so we'll kick it off. So I think we'll start off with Poole, and what I might do is I might just pull up a screen of the fixtures and league table. Bear with.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see that now. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so here's the league table then. Obviously, Yate Town sat in fifth, 2 wins, 2 draws, unbeaten start of the season. And then Poole are down in 10th. Is that right? Yeah, 10th.
Yeah.
2 wins, 2 losses. I don't know if you want to have a quick chat about your results, and then we'll just we'll drop this off and move on. But obviously, a bit of a mixed bag for Poole at the start of the season. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think the obviously the start of the season away win at Chichester was good. Obviously, a newly promoted side can always be tough at home, away even. Sorry, but yeah, the two home games against Basingstoke and Sholing, we struggled against Sholing last season as well. Really good side, really hard to break down. Beat us 4-1 at their place, and then they came to Poole and beat us 1-0 like they did this season as well. So I think disappointing maybe for a first home game, and then kind of following that up with Basingstoke and kind of looking at last season, obviously doing the double over them. And kind of the way the game went, had some promising chances, but to be fair to Basingstoke, they did the thing that we couldn't do, and that was be ruthless and put the ball in the net, and they really did punish us that day. So I definitely think the home form will be something to maybe address and maybe build on, and hopefully that starts with a win against Yate on Saturday.
Well, I'm sure we'll be hoping not,
Yeah,
but yeah, obviously it must be disappointing that because obviously you want your home form to be good. I guess last season the whole reason you're in the playoffs because you had fairly decent home form, um, and then to start this season off with 2 defeats at home is not ideal. Especially, I mean, no disrespect to Basingstoke, but you look at Basingstoke as a winnable game at home, don't you? You've got to be beating them. I mean, Sholing probably I'd say are a different entity in terms of their quality, but 2 home games you want to be getting results there, don't you?
yeah, absolutely. I think with the kind of the squad we've got and the players that we've retained as well, especially at home, we should be kind of looking for maximum points all the time. Obviously, against the likes of your Baths, Gloucesters, whatever, there'll be tougher games. But Basingstoke at home to everybody looks like 3 points. But this league is so unpredictable, anyone can beat anyone. For instance, I know we'll come on to it, but you guys came down to Poole last season and probably should have beaten us. I know it was a draw in the end, but yeah, it's just such a tough league, and credit to Basingstoke for coming there and beating us. But yeah, I'm sure Pat and Joe and the players will be extremely disappointed that we didn't at least pick up one win in those 2 home games back to back.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, last time out is Berkhamsted, wasn't it? I know they obviously were surprised playoff placed a playoff placed team, should I say, last season. But you only just nicked that in the 94th minute as well, didn't you? So
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised about that when I saw that result. I mean, I checked it. I think yeah, it finished at that time. Obviously, we got the 2-1 win against Bracknell, and I had a quick look at the results as I always do, and I saw it was 2-2. And I was surprised. I thought, how are Poole not getting a result there? But like you say, it's tough, isn't it? And you managed to get
Yeah.
over the line with a penalty as well.
Yeah, it was 2 penalties. Yeah, so yeah, they were a really, really good outfit last year. Really hard to beat. We did go there and beat them 2-1 last season as well, but they've kept some decent players as well. JJ Lacey, who's their best player, he scored again on the weekend. But yeah, it was 2 penalties, last minute penalty, and then Samuel Aofanyan, who we'll come on to a bit later, he scored on his return. So really, really good win. I think they then probably looking at us after us losing those 2 home games, thinking, right, these guys are here for the taking. But credit to the management for switching up the tactics and trying something different. And obviously, re-signing AO worked.
Yeah, definitely. I'll drop this league table off now because obviously I think at this stage of the season you can't really go off that too much, can you? 4 games
No.
in, but I think for us as YATE Town fans and the club, I think we're delighted with where we are considering the fixtures we started with. But we'll come on to that in a bit. Yeah, we'll come on to that in a bit. One other thing I was going to ask you then, I mean, obviously all your games this season you've conceded in every game so far. Like, has there been any changes over the summer? Obviously, you had a really good season last season. Have you lost any defenders, or is it just they've come back and they've not hit the ground running? What's the deal with that then, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, our main 2 centre backs, Corey Jordan and Owen Dorr, had a really good season. Both ball playing centre backs, really good, kind of going forward, good on the ball. We obviously lost club captain Jamie Wiskin, who made over 500 appearances. He retired, and Josh Staunton as well. We had him at kind of the start of last season as well. Ex-Yeovil, really solid. Pretty much won every header. Really good leader at the back. And Joe Osler has come in from was it Totton and then went to Gosport. I think we signed him from Gosport. Yeah, Gosport. Come in and pretty much filled the role of that leader, club captain now. We also lost wing back, winger, left back. He could pretty much play anywhere. Chris Campbell, he's gone to Gosport, so that's a big loss. Really good person to have around the dressing room, around the club as well, and always kind of brought something going forward. But by that, I just think it's mistakes. I think a couple of mistakes, maybe lapses in concentration. Basingstoke's second goal is an absolute worldie, so there's kind of nothing you can do about that. But like you said, we have conceding every game. That's something that Pat and Joe will have to kind of be aware of. And at Berkhamsted, they did kind of switch back to that traditional back 4. So we'll have to see what happens at home on Saturday. But yeah, I'm sure that's kind of top of their list of things to sort out and quick.
Yeah, I guess you obviously mentioned there you lost your captain, and that can cause quite a big difference, can't it? Especially if you've not got that person, albeit you might have someone good to come in and fill their shoes. But I guess it sounds like there's been a bit of change there, and early part of the season you've got to expect that there's going to be some maybe poor decision making or lack of communication, those sort of things maybe that's caused that.
And thinking about it, we've also signed Jack Dixon from Dorchester, who was a really good fullback, can get forward, also can play the right side of defence as well. May just be time for these players to kind of gel. At the back, obviously, Corey Jordan and Owen Dorr played together for a season now, so that's not a problem. But introducing kind of Joe Osler and JD and stuff, maybe take some time to gel. Obviously, it's too early to judge and stuff, but hopefully we start seeing some clean sheets soon.
Yeah, well, hopefully not on Saturday, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
always going to say that.
We
Yeah, I was
jinxed it.
chatting.
Yeah,
Pardon?
we jinxed it now. That's
Yeah,
it.
we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I spoke to a Chippenham fan doing one of these a few weeks ago, and he said they had a massive overhaul of players, and you could tell when we
Mm,
went to the game and watched that game. Obviously, we managed to pick up a point there. A team that's been relegated, you're expecting to probably lose that away from home. But sometimes I think playing the better teams earlier in the season is not a bad thing because, especially if there's
mm.
been a high turnover of players, like you said, if they're not gelling, then in those early stages, then it's a good time to play teams like that, isn't it, and pick up some points potentially.
Of course, and I think when you kind of lost a playoff semi-final, you need to do your business, carefully and strategically. I guess you don't want to. We've done a good thing where we've not kind of fire sold loads of players. We've kept kind of the core of the team, which is really good, and kind of filled in the positions that needed, that needed work and needed someone there. For instance, replacing Shaq Gwendre, who was obviously top scorer in the whole of non-league, I think it was last season with 47 goals. Ezio Torre's obviously come back now. But I think for the top teams, it's really important to kind of not do what Chippenham have done and obviously, sold loads of players and got loads of new players in and whatever.
Mhm.
But we've kind of kept the core of our team, especially in that midfield and
Yeah.
things. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine. It's kind of that start of the season where you can't really panic.
Mm.
No point
Yeah.
in panic stations yet.
No, definitely not. In terms of, I guess that brings us on nicely then. In terms of talking about key players, who should YATE be worried about on Saturday? Have you got anyone up front that we've got to watch out for, or anyone in midfield that can make things happen? Obviously, defensively, sounds like we might be able to exploit that potentially, but we'll see. We'll see whether there's been any tactical changes, as you said, going back to a back four. What we've got to look out for.
Yeah, Harvey Slade in midfield and Billy Lowe's actually that double pivot. Really good midfielders for the level, both really good at going forward. Long range goals, as I'm sure you're aware of Harvey Slade last season at YATE in the FA Trophy.
Thanks for
Um,
reminding me. Appreciate that.
yeah, yeah, them two in midfield, really good on the ball, good going forward. Billy Lowe's just really good at tracking back and doing kind of the dirty work, which nobody wants to do. Salim Saeed as well kind of plays in the 10 or out wide, floats kind of in and around that box area, likes to pick the ball up, dangerous driving forward. Kind of been in and out of the team near the end of last season, but yeah, he's really dangerous when he gets on the ball. IK Hill, who obviously got 2 on the weekend, he started the season off brightly, really good at driving forward, likes to take players on. And then obviously Ezio Torre, who was actually at Chippenham last season, and was at us the year before and has come back. Hasn't hit the ground running just yet. I think he'll be disappointed with maybe how he started. But he's always a threat. If he gets a chance in the box, he'll score. So yeah, there's
Yeah.
a few to look out for.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds like half a team, so it doesn't sound overly promising. But yeah, I guess we've got to back ourselves, especially where we start the season. So yeah,
Well, I
and
was
then I
going to
guess
say,
going
YATE were very good against us kind of last season. Always gave us a close game. I remember Rex Manning scored an absolute screamer against us in that league game at your place,
mm,
and a
yeah,
few others. I'm sure you'll say, but Rex Manning's is one that stood out for me last season for YATE.
yeah, he's still with us, and he's a
Mm,
bit of a fan favorite, really, Rex. To be
mm,
fair, because he makes things happen. He gets the ball, gets his head down, runs at players, makes things happen, and like you say, he can score a screamer as well. So
mm,
yeah,
mm.
he's looking good this season again. Obviously, we finished last season well. A lot of the team did. So yeah, Rex is obviously one to watch out for, as are a
Yeah,
few
of
others,
course.
to be fair. But yeah, we'll come on to that in a minute with you. But I was just going to ask you one other question. I'm coming down to Poole on Saturday, so I'm just wondering. It's my first time down. What should I expect? Is there any good food or beer? I want to get down to the real business here.
Yeah, so we've upgraded the ground massively this season. It's kind of been going on for a good few seasons. Pretty much when I got there, a lot of work kind of needed to be done. And credit to the board and volunteers and stuff. We've done a really good job. And a new scoreboard in there, which looks great. They've actually kind of narrowed the pitch this year and made more space behind one of the ends. So behind one end is the shed end where all kind of the Poole fans go, like an undercover kind of terrace. And this year they've kind of shortened the pitch, so there's room for another kind of terrace at the other side. They've also got a brand new hospitality kind of marquee thing. And they've also, I know you said you like your beer, they've also got new kind of draft options and good food options too, kind of food vans. I recommend the burgers, nice burgers down there. And yeah, but the ground's been really good. Obviously, Josh Staunton, who left us last season and retired like Jamie Wiskin, he's actually the groundsman. So he works on the pitch, and honestly, I don't want to toot Poole's own horn too much, but I think that's the best pitch at the level. At the moment, it's an absolute carpet, so I'm sure you'll see for yourself. But it really suits the way that Pat and Joe, the managers, want Poole to play. So I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's hard at this time of the season, isn't it, with all the drought that we've had recently, to try and keep it. I know.
Oh yeah.
I went to Chippenham away, and I know YATE is struggling to keep their pitch going, just getting loads of water on it, but it's just not really touching the surface. So we need some rain, really, don't we? But I don't know what the irrigation system's like down at Poole, but sounds like it's a bit better than.
I think they've got kind of maybe one little sprinkler system, but it's nothing amazing, nothing to kind of keep out the dry patches and whatever. So hopefully it's not too dry, and you get to see a nice surface and a nice game.
Yeah. No, looking forward to it. It'll be good day out. But yeah, it does bring us on to YATE, which is good in terms of the quality of the pitch. I mean, if it is a nice carpet, like you say, then it's going to suit us as well, because we like to get, you obviously know from last season, same manager, Darren Mullins, likes to get the ball on the ground, passing it out from the back. Don't really like playing long ball, playing through the midfield, out to the wingers. I'm just gonna throw stuff at you now when it comes to YATE, and if you've got any questions, feel free to jump in. But we've had an amazing start to the season. We had a real tough start. We started off with Gosport at home. Obviously, they were 8th last season, and then we had Chippenham away. Obviously, they got relegated, so you're always expecting a tough game there. Managed to get a draw there. And then we played Chertsey away. We're obviously top of the league now, so they've had a really good start. We managed to pick up a point in there when we were down to 10 men as well. Managed to nick a goal. Zeb's got a goal after we were down to 10 men, so that was an amazing result to get a point there. And then obviously beat Bracknell last weekend. So yeah, amazing. Never expected us to start that well, and obviously the lads are full of confidence. We had such a good finish to last season to stay in the league. Obviously, I think we ended up finishing 13th in the end, which
they had a really good kind of end to the season. I remember when we kind of came and played you, it was kind of both teams on quite a good run of form, really. And obviously, it was a decent game. But no, I've been really impressed with how you've obviously kind of kept the core, like kind of we have, and obviously the manager's been around for a while and things. So it's really good to see, and I do hope that you guys stay in the league. Obviously we're really good to kind of watch at the end of last season, and gave us a good game. Like you said, the start of this season, you've kind of given everybody a game. Getting a point away at Chippenham and whatever is a really good result when they've just come down from the league above. So it'll be a really tough game for us on the weekend.
Yeah, we've signed a lad called Marcus Day, who's
I heard of it.
he scored a worldie. I think he was at Wild. I think he was at. I might have got this wrong, but I think he was at like Wildstone last season. So
Yeah, I've heard the name.
He's
Yeah,
taken a step down, but he's unbelievable. Like, he creates so much, and he scored a worldie against Bracknell on Saturday, and scored a penalty as well, to get his campaign underway in terms of goal scoring. So yeah, we will provide the threat. I don't know if Marlon Jackson will play. You probably know Marlon Jackson from last season.
Oh yeah,
striker.
The striker.
Proper
non-league striker for this level.
Yeah, that's it. Proper number 9. He's he picked up a knock, but he didn't play last week against Bracknell. But I think he's on the edge of returning. But I think he might only play one of the 2 games this weekend. So they'll either play him against you or save him for Monday, because we've got Taunton on Monday. So we'll wait and see whether he starts. But yeah, I mean, we've got enough quality going forward, like with Rex Mannings, as we talked about. So I imagine we'll cause you problems, and obviously being full of confidence as well, that makes such a big difference, doesn't it?
I think if I remember correctly, you guys were leading the game away last season. I think Shaq got us out of trouble scoring a penalty. I can't remember your left back's name, but I remember he scored because I was commentating right by the dugout, and he had a really good game. I can't remember I think he's worn number 3.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was now. Now we've said it, but we because we've changed the left back.
Um,
We've got Sam Morecambe this season, who's a real threat as well. He puts a great ball in the box.
yeah.
So there's been a few changes, but yeah, we've made some really positive additions this season. Like I'd say, watch out for Sam on the left.
Mm.
He's great, like overlapping, great ball in the box. I think he takes corners as well, so you'll see him taking corners as well. And yeah, so it'll be a good game. I think it sounds like you've kept a fairly stable squad. Obviously, a few changes which maybe affected the start of the season, but two teams that want to play football and should be a really good game, I expect.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, looking forward to it. And I think I think Pat and Joe will be wary of the results against YATE last season and kind of thinking, on paper, maybe with the squad we've got and whatever, we should be beating you. But like I said previously, there's no easy games in this league. Tiverton came to our place and were 5-4 up at half time last season. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
absolutely bonkers. So you can never predict anything really.
and like you say, going off last season with our results, I think there's two teams there that play in a similar way and
Mm,
cancel
mm.
each other out, and there's goals there to be created as well. So hopefully we'll have another good game, and that's all that matters, isn't it? You just want to watch a good game of
Yeah,
football,
just
and
want an
I think
entertaining non-league game. Yeah.
exactly. So I guess that's pretty much wraps us up. But I guess the last question I want to ask you is, what's your score prediction for Saturday then?
I think the win at Berkhamsted was needed. I think, and obviously, yeah, we did score 2 penalties, but there were a lot of chances in that game. It could have been more, and we did score a good goal from open play as well. And I do think this is going to be our first home win of the season, so I'm going to go Poole 2, YATE 1. I
Fair,
think,
fair.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's going to
like
be
the
close. I'm
confidence.
not saying it's going to be a 3-0 and it's going to be an easy 3 points, because I know after watching Poole YATE last season that it's always a very close, cagey game. So I'm going to go 2-1.
Yeah, fair. Well, I think for me, I'd love 3 points, but I don't think you ever expect to go to Poole and get 3 points. It's a tough place to go.
Mm.
I'm gonna say though, off what I've seen so far this season, we've played some amazing football, and I just think we will go toe to toe. And I think because the lads are full of confidence, I'm just going to go 2-2, similar to last
Yeah,
season. I think
yeah,
there'll be goals,
I can see
but
that as well.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to
So
stick to my guns. I'm going to stick to my guns and say 2-1. But I would not be
no,
surprised if it was a draw again. Yeah,
well, we'll see. Be an interesting game, and
yeah,
I'm looking forward to getting down there.
yeah,
But
yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, I think that wraps it up. But thanks for coming on, Jacob. Like, I really appreciate it. Obviously, hopefully, I'll catch you at one of the games soon as well, and we can have a catch up. Obviously, see you at YATE, probably at the home game as well. So
Yeah, yeah.
keep in touch. But yeah, thanks for coming on, and just want to say thanks everyone for joining, listening, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you.
Cheers, everyone.